In organized crime, few were as adept at manipulating money as the notorious Kinahan cartel's top financial operative, known only as the Money Man. With a web of shell companies, offshore accounts, and money laundering techniques, he effortlessly moved millions across borders, leaving no trace. But as the saying goes, every empire eventually crumbles. A relentless international task force determined to dismantle the cartel set their sights on him. Months of painstaking investigation, surveillance, and cooperation with financial institutions finally led to his downfall. Raiding his luxurious hideaway, they seized stacks of cash, documents, and encrypted devices. The Money Man's empire had collapsed, and the once invincible figure faced a web of charges. The world watched as the cartel's financial wizard, once an untouchable force, met his day of reckoning. The Money Man was a master of deception, employing many civilized techniques to conceal the origins of his wealth. He created an intricate web of shell companies, each carefully designed to obscure the money trail. These companies operated in multiple jurisdictions, exploiting lax regulations and opaque banking systems. Funds were shuffled from one account to another, crossing continents and evading scrutiny at every turn. Before we move on, support us by hitting subscribe and the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. Offshore havens became the Money Man's playground. He utilized tax havens and jurisdictions with stringent secrecy laws, where illicit funds could be stashed away without fear of prying eyes. In these clandestine locations, he established a network of trusted associates who acted as intermediaries, further obscuring the true power and owner of the funds. But it wasn't just the geographical diversions that shielded his activities. The Money Man was well versed in the intricacies of money laundering. He employed a range of methods, including smurfing and technique involving the division of large sums into smaller, less conspicuous transactions, making them more difficult to trace. The funds would then be funneled through legitimate businesses such as restaurants, construction companies, or even art galleries, effectively disproving suspicion. Cryptocurrencies, with their decentralized nature and anonymity, also proved to be a fertile ground for the Money Man's money-moving endeavors. He leveraged digital currencies, utilizing mixers and tumblers to obfuscate the source and destination of funds. The blockchain became a labyrinthine puzzle for investigators as they struggled to unravel the complex web of transactions. All the while, the Money Man stayed one step ahead. To further complicate matters, the Money Man made strategic alliances with corrupt officials within the banking industry. These insiders turned a blind eye to the suspicious transactions, ensuring the cartel's money flowed smoothly through the legitimate financial system. Bribery, blackmail, and coercion became the Money Man's tools of choice, ensuring his operations remained hidden from prying eyes. Yet, as the saying goes, every empire eventually crumbles. A relentless international task force determined to dismantle the Kinahan cartel has set their sights on the Money Man. Months of painstaking investigation, surveillance, and cooperation with financial institutions finally led to a breakthrough. Armed with a wealth of evidence, the task force launched a coordinated strike against the cartel's financial infrastructure. Raids were conducted simultaneously across multiple jurisdictions, targeting the Money Man's vast network of associates. Offices were ransacked, documents seized, and encrypted devices confiscated. The empire had collapsed, and the once invincible Money Man was left exposed. The world watched as the cartel's financial wizard, once an untouchable force, met his day of reckoning. The Money Man, now stripped of his ill-gotten wealth, faced charges ranging from money laundering and fraud to conspiracy and corruption. The extensive web of international cooperation had brought down one of the most elusive figures in the criminal underworld. As news of the Money Man's capture spread, the authorities continued their efforts to dismantle the remaining components of the Kinahan cartel. The once unaccessible criminal organization was weakened, its operations disrupted, and its key players behind bars. The world celebrated a significant victory in the ongoing battle against organized crime. The story of the Money Man was far from over. As he languished in high-security prison, his vast knowledge and connections posed a threat to those who had brought him down. The authorities recognized the potential value of his insider information, offered him a deal, full cooperation in exchange for a reduced sentence and witness protection. The Money Man agreed, realizing that his survival in the cutthroat world of organized crime depended on his ability to strike a new deal. He began revealing the intricate details of his money-moving operations from behind prison walls, exposing corrupt officials, compromised banks, and hidden assets. His revelation sent shockwaves through the criminal underworld and reverberated across the highest echelons of power. Armed with this newfound information, law enforcement agencies launched a series of targeted investigations, unearthing an extensive network of money laundering and illicit financial activities. The domino effect was set in motion, with one arrest leading to another and another. Cartels, criminal organizations, and corrupt individuals who had once operated with impunity suddenly found themselves exposed and vulnerable. The money man's testimony also provided valuable insights into the inner workings of the Kinahan cartel. Testimonies from former associates shed light on the cartel's operations, hierarchy, and connections to other criminal syndicates. Despite the risk of his life, the money man continued to cooperate fully, providing crucial evidence that resulted in further arrests and freezing of illicit assets. His once loyal allies turned against him, seeking revenge for his betrayal, but the authorities remained vigilant, ensuring his safety within the confines of the prison and beyond. The money man's fate hung in the balance as the trial concluded. Would his cooperation secure a reduced sentence and a fresh start under witness protection? The courtroom held its breath as a judge delivered the verdict. To the astonishment of many, the money man was sentenced to a significantly reduced term, taking into account his invaluable assistance in dismantling the cartel and bringing their criminals to justice. After serving his time, the money man entered the government's witness protection program, assuming a new identity and life far away from reach of his former associates. His story served as a cautionary tale, exposing the vulnerabilities in the global financial system and the pervasive reach of organized crime. Governments and financial institutions were forced to reassess their strategies, implement stricter regulations, enhance due diligence procedures, and increase international cooperation to combat money laundering and illicit financial flows. The tale of the money man's rise and fall had far-reaching consequences, leaving an indelible mark on organized crime. His mastery of moving millions had been unraveled, exposing the fragility of even the most sophisticated criminal enterprises. As his former associates scattered to the winds, law enforcement agencies vowed to remain vigilant. This also shows that the money man legacy is highly valuable to a lot of people. I mean, it's famous. We're still talking about it, aren't we? It's insane. The money man was smart and he had his way and he knew what he was doing. But alas, everything comes to an end, ensuring that the legacy of the money man would serve as a powerful deterrent to those who sought to follow in his footsteps. And so the story of the Kinahan cartel's money man ended. His exploits, once shrouded in secrecy, became a cautionary tale for future generations, a stark reminder that even the most intricate web of deception can be unraveled, and that justice in the end will find its way.